Hallo und willkommen zurück, meine lieben Freunde. Ich bin euer lieber Odo und wir sind zurück bei Disco Elysium. Das letzte Mal haben wir den Verdächtigen, den Mörder, in einem Stupor zurückgelassen auf seiner Insel. Und hier am Festland sind wir auf meinen Kollegen und zwei weitere, also weniger Polizisten getroffen, die jetzt feststellen wollen, ob ich verrückt bin oder nicht. Und wir sprechen mit dem Herrn Trent Heidel und mit meinem Kollegen Sean Wigmer. Und Sean will, glaube ich, feststellen, dass ich verrückt bin, während der Trent Heidelstamm das bestätigen soll. Irgendwie so.
No, not like that. I'm not talking for Hedefort's cool here. But Harry, I asked you, what do you think happened?
I drank so much I lost my memory, and I'm not now slowly recovering it. I made it all up. It was a fantasy, a stupid joke. I know what I am. Might have something to do with an anomaly in the church, a 2 millimeter hole in the world. I'm a highly experimental detective. It was a method I used to solve a case. Something so sad happened to me that I couldn't be me anymore. It was a defense mechanism. Capitalism. Capitalism fucked me on all recognition. Trent is right. Nein. Nein. Das war natürlich das.
Psychotraumatic amnesia, Trant? I can go for that. Shit kid is a broken man. Always has been. Who isn't? I know I am. But you know what?
Nein, was?
I keep my shit together. Also, I know a person can't wipe their own mind, however traumatic it gets. That doesn't happen. You're lying, or insane, or both.
Konnte ich mit dem Idioten zusammenarbeiten? Ich bin sehr froh, dass ich Kim gekriegt habe.
But Detective Wigmer, he has blanked out before. Yes, a couple of times. After some of the more serious benders. One was after the two drunks case, the other when we looked into that mural.
The two cases in your ledger, the unsolvable case and the next world mural, those were recent.
Mhm.
Those cases were hard on you.
Mhm.
Interesting. So at first he dipped his toes into it, prepared. That's where he would have gotten the idea, yes. Practice. And then he used alcohol to get there, so to speak.
Mhm. Vollkommenes Vergessen meiner Vergangenheit. Und das, obwohl meine Frau schon 5 Jahre weg ist.
What do you mean?
Well, here's my theory. What if this is an absolutely normal reaction to the world we're living in? What if this is not a significant anomaly at all? Something to be explained, approached as a defect? Look at the sensory input here.
Mhm.
Look at the ruins, the neon. Listen to the radio, the multitudes, the people. Live here for 40 years. As a police detective, he's like a magnetic reader on the world tape, to borrow a known metaphor. Harry's been pushed flat against it. Total input. Hardwired to the free market. He just needed for its end.
Tja, quasi ein Ausflucht aus der Realität. Flucht aus
Okay,
der
Trent,
Realität.
thank you. That's absolutely meaningless. I'm glad we brought you. Will he or will he not be able to work in the major crimes unit? Is he a cretin now? I want to know that.
He's not a cretin, and he is able to do work. If not in his previous leadership role, then as a line detective.
I'm ready to lead again. Line detective is good for now. He's wrong. I'm too far gone for work. Fuck all of you. I don't want to be in your unit. Stimmt, ich möchte mit Ragi weiterarbeiten.
No, Harry. Fuck you. You already fucked us. I've already explained this shit to Bryce twice. To Berdyayeva 4 times. I'm your partner. I answer for you when you're not there.
When you clocked out, I became responsible for your cases and your special task force.
Okay. What now?
Now nothing. Now we're just going to stand here.
Just
Yeah. Just stand there. It's cool.
Really?
No. Now we discuss that. What the fuck did you do to a motor carriage? Why is it there, Harry?
Hold on, in the ocean? Feign ignorance. Was stolen by Jacob Earth. I drove it into the ocean when I was drunk. I thought the killer would be underwater. He wasn't. To kill a sunset. I also jumped the canal, by the way. I don't know. I don't know what it's doing there. Tequila sunset. I also jumped the canal, by the way.
Ha ha ha. Ho ho ho. Tequila sunset. Jump the canal. So funny, Harry. Thank you for fucking me. Thank you for destroying 45,000 real of police property that's coming out of my payslip. You know that, right? You're gonna get fired, and I'm gonna pay till I die.
Sure.
It doesn't matter. Your badge, Harry. Show me your badge.
What I do have is futuristic armor. Tap the grass. Wait, my badge?
The thing that tells people you're a police officer.
I got.
In a rush to demonstrate your badge, your eager fingers can't sustain a grip on the smooth plastic, and the badge slips out of your hand.
Danke, Interface. Das hätte legendary werden sollen. Catch it. Fangen oder nicht fangen? Wenn wir es verfehlen, zu fangen, dann schauen wir peinlich aus. Wenn wir es einfach fallen lassen, dann können wir so tun, als wäre es uns halt als hätten wir es ihm hingeworfen. Wir versuchen es, warum nicht?
Not today, badge.
Behold my badge. Drama is unnecessary. I got the badge. All is well. Behold my badge.
And your gun?
As if having your badge and gun are natural states, not achievements.
Gun, just repeat gun. My gun is right here. I have a new gun now. I upgraded my gun to a rifle. Gun? Behold all my guns. If anything, I need more hands.
I don't care about your collection, you hoarding freak. Is one of them your service weapon? I only want to know about that one gun.
I don't know. Yeah, I got that. Boring sidearm. What? These are great guns, superior to my sidearm any day.
Shut up. Show me your sidearm or fuck off.
Die sollten erschießen. Könnten natürlich lügen. Er haut mich einfach raus. Ich hau mich sowieso raus.
He has it. and he didn't drop it. You're drunk like a bum, Harry. Put that thing away before you kill someone.
So it doesn't even matter that I found my gun. I'm not drunk. I haven't started drinking again. So what? I've had a little drink. Wir haben tatsächlich extrem lang schon nichts mehr getrunken. I tried not to. I can't work as well without it. Yeah, I'm drunk. I'm also on drugs.
So you forgot to drink? I don't buy it. Why do you smell like a corpse then?
Ja, weil ich ein Korps bin.
He's wounded. It's been a long week and he's handled an actual corpse.
No idea what you're smelling. I wash death off me. Yeah, I've handled an actual corpse. Yeah, it's been a bit of a... I'm sorry I smell bad. None of this matters. My odor situation, it's meaningless compared to what I've discovered.
What you've discovered? You let the suspect escape, a certain Clasier, because you were too drunk to assess a flight risk.
We've read the reports, Harry. Lieutenant Kitsuhagi's. We know.
Claudia? She was some kind of spy from the Occident, specially trained. Not that taking her in was the right thing to do. She gave a vital clue that led us to the island. Got you there. She pulled one on me. Yes, I let her go, as an act of mercy. That's just a small detail in a huge case you know nothing about. That doesn't matter. One of it does, none of it does. We are looking at the oxygen holocaust times a quadrillion. I have come to know the final fate of man and the universe.
Oh well, if she was nice. I'm not even gonna get into the other suspect, the one who shot herself, in the head. Or the fact that you're Evra Claire's little peony now, doing I don't know what for him. That's small-time stuff, that's nothing. That's a humorous anecdote. Compared to the 6 people who were gunned down, the streets are literally red with blood, Harry. It was fucking mass murder.
Ja.
He did everything he could. We did everything we could. The company hired and vetted mercenaries. Lieutenant Dubois got between them and the locals.
Here comes the cavalry.
He did so at considerable risk to his own life. He was shot and survived only because of his armor. We stopped an execution, not a negotiation. The loss of life was minimal compared to what it could have been.
Yes, what he said. I also solved the case. It's all of it. Yeah, it was a massacre. We got wiped. Where the hell were you? The firefight is a trivial matter compared to the greatest discovery of the century. Yeah, it was a massacre. We got wiped. Where the hell were you? Gute Frage.
Don't make this harder for yourself.
Thank you for the input, Lieutenant Kitsuragi. I didn't mean to suggest you didn't handle the situation.
Yeah.
He thinks of apologizing, but decides against it.
You've spent the week with him on this case. What is your take?
On the case?
On Lieutenant Yefretor Dubois.
Well, the drinking, the lost gun, also losing his badge, that's all true. And he's been drinking on the job.
Nur wenig.
The man sighs deeply.
Then there's the superstardom. He likes to, from time to time, allude to being a superstar law official. At first I thought it was a joke, but now I'm not so sure. He says disco about 20 times a day.
Natürlich.
It's worrying, especially considering his political views. Detective Dubois is, as you may know, a Mazovian socio-economist. He wants to liquidate the ruling class, which, again, for a police officer, is a little odd.
You should yell something.
I'm a policeman of the state to come. That's not a good idea. Warum nicht?
The RCM consists of policemen of the state that is, so a little discrepancy there. And then there's the motor carriage in the sea, and the drugs, of course. Some kind of anti-radiation drug he uses to induce visions. But despite all this, he is a great detective. One of the best I have seen, in fact.
Oh,
He can
danke,
talk
Kim.
human beings into telling him anything, and he doesn't stop. In all the time I've spent with him, he has not once stopped working on the case. He is tireless, madly driven. Well, except that one time when he stopped to sing karaoke, which by the way was a valiant effort. He really sang his heart out.
Yeah, it was what it was.
Other than that one time, he has tirelessly worked on the case, and he solved it. We have a confession, a murder weapon, and the perpetrator, locked on the island right now, awaiting transportation. He apprehended a revolutionary brigade who stayed hidden for 50 years, ever since the revolution, who's probably committed other murders over those years. Oh, and he also discovered a new species.
Wir sind so
A
großartig.
new species.
A colossal stick insect. It was on the island, camouflaged as the reeds. It unfolded from the reeds. I think we may be dealing with the Insel Indian phasmid.
He takes out the photo and shows it to the officers across the yard. Thick white snow falls all around you. Flakes stick to the glossy photo of the phasmid. You hear gasps beneath the howling of the wind.
Mhm.
As you can see, it's about 3 meters tall. In fact, we think it may be the largest land invertebrate ever discovered.
So, as you can see, I'm a pretty okay detective and an absolutely giant communist. Boom, shakalaka, motherfucker. Is what I've been trying to tell you about. Oceana.
Fucking hell is that? Is this somehow connected to the case?
The killer did not seem to be aware of the phasmid's presence. Exhibiting a strange, atypical dementia, he fell into a stupor after its appearance. He became near catatonic.
Boom, boom, boom. Yes, the plasmid may have contributed to his mental state in some way over the years. Probably not connected per se, but the perpetrator knew of its existence.
So it is connected.
I must say, this is absolutely extraordinary. I don't even have words for it.
Yes, it really does make it hard to fire the drunk.
Sure.
This is a very, very sad man who has just seen something that's made him forget his sadness. Now you make your case. Now is the time. Now or never.
Also, the phasmid was female. The reeds are its nest. Killer Lilianovich draws. We have a strong motive for him. Previous head of the Debaucheurs Union was assassinated by our killer. And I also fixed the strike situation. There was also a dead man on the boardwalk, missing person I found. I also looked into the mystery of the doomed commercial area. Oh god. So what do you say? Wanna take this hot shit back? Wir fangen zuerst mit dem Fall.
Lilianovich. A revolutionary matronym.
I don't have time for this. Straight to the motive, please. Revolutionary metronome.
The custom started in Grad, where they have patronyms. Krasovich, Lasovich, etc. The revolutionaries saw this as a chauvinist atavism, so they used matronyms, derived from the mother's name instead.
Ah.
This man's mother was Lillian, his Lillian's son, Lilianovich. The custom was overturned after the revolution failed, but not before it made it to Revachol.
So, it is what a soldier of the ICM would be called.
Thank you, Trant. Thank you for that piece of cultural theory. You said you have a motive?
Of course, excuse me, I just thought it was noteworthy.
Trying to be
He wasn't
super.
quite sure about the straggler before he heard this detail. It must have convinced him.
He killed the mercenary in an act of jealousy. He killed the mercenary hoping to start a war between the company and the union. Actually, I'm not that sure if I have a motive. Jealousy.
I thought this Lilianovich was an old man, to have been hiding for 50 years, like 70-something.
A strange psychosexual fascination, the result of spending all this time in solitude on the islands of this bay. And trauma too. He himself gave a political reason. In his mind, he had killed an enemy combatant. Also, we have ballistics from the gun, matching the bullet found in the dead mercenary's head, and 2 officers on the scene that Mr. Dross confessed to.
It's a clean win.
Oh, it's way more than that.
Wir sind so großartig.
Way more.
It's more than that. A perfect folding mechanism, like the Phasmid. It's way more than that. I'll win her back with this. Nein, wir gewinnen sie nicht mehr zurück. Der Traum hat uns das gezeigt. It's my masterpiece. I'll teach the Sin cops. I did all I could. Every second was a struggle. I'm still not completely satisfied with it. It'd be just a little neater.
Perfect folding mechanism. Get over yourself, Harry. I can still smell the booze on the wind.
God damn it. It is bad. Even you can smell it.
Danke, Perception, dass du ihm auch noch hilfst.
Chin up. Keep focusing on the positives here.
The previous head of the Debatteurs Union was
This is a
assassinated.
conversation for when we are no longer out in the open, in Martinez, where Evrart and Edgar Clare have ears everywhere.
And eyes, too. Your return from the island must not have gone unnoticed.
Understood, of course.
But a case against Everard would be big.
I would prefer not to partake in anything union-related, for political neutrality.
Ah ja.
This has to be good stuff for him to backpedal out of it at first mention.
And I also strike situation.
How? It seems to be ongoing. I see red banners on the gates.
He didn't quite solve it. He cross-pollinated information between the company rep and Evrart, until the rep came to see that the Union desires war, at which point Mrs. Messier decided to...
What? Hand clear the terminal?
Yep. It was an accident. I did it for the world revolution. I just sold some people some things. No big deal. Things are calmer now. I masterminded a solution to an unsolvable problem.
Sounds like you got played, Harry. Because you were off your tits on Al Ghul.
Maybe. Hey, how do you know about Al Ghul?
Maybe. Certainly. You're Everclare's peony now, just as I said. He's a mob boss, did you know? Is that why you want us to investigate the assassination of the previous Union head thing? To get off Everard's hook?
No, it's nothing like that. He was reckless with information, but ethical. We don't owe anyone anything. This allowed us to stabilize things in Martinez.
Wir sind die Guten.
God, calm down, Jean.
Danke, Edit.
Silence. Good. The man doesn't know what to say.
Da, was ich vorhin auch gehört habe. Es dauert jetzt auch schon fast eine halbe Stunde. Gespräch. Also, the phasmid was female. The reads are its.
Female? What makes you think so?
You had to see it. It had the subdued colors of a female. And the nesting behavior too, I think.
Incredible. Were there eggs in the nest?
Not as far as I could see. There were other things there, though.
It had mandibles that looked like hair, and it was completely white on the inside. I think it reproduces by parthenogenesis. It had gathered items in its nest, helmet, a scope, and a passport.
Actually, you know, this would indicate it was a male. This is far from anything in my field, but I think such nests are called bowers. They are for attracting mates.
It could have been male, actually.
Of course, as I said, I'm only guessing. I didn't see it. It must be robust if it can move a whole.
Yes, but also reed-colored, beige and brown, a little green on the outside. After unfolding from a single stalk, it still retained parts that looked like reed tufts on its limbs.
Incredible. The PR value of this is exceptional. Carp discovers new species. Maybe even discovers the Insulindian phasmid. No, that's too much.
This would really help with some of the problems we've been having.
Absolutely, this is great. This does not say vigilante murderers to me at all. This says science, news, human interest. You know, it's a really good thing you have that photo.
Without it,
You're doing good here. Perhaps only for a moment, but still.
Danke.
Quit while you're ahead? Or no?
There was also a dead man on that. Nein, das erzählen wir nicht. I also looked in. Nein. Okay, ja. Authority, du hast recht. So, what do you say? Wanna take this hot shit back?
I don't want to, but you discovered a new species and solved the murder. So I have to. Jude?
Honestly, anything that ends this trial is okay with me.
Agreed. The public relations potential of this is too valuable to let go.
Okay. We have vehicles in the square, and the perpetrator needs to be taken into custody. Let's go.
Now you will finally get to know who you are.
Wait, I have a few questions before we go. About who I
The
am.
man looks westward, impatiently, jingling his car keys in his pocket.
Why am I like this?
It's not a mystery. Some chick fucked you over. Also, you were drunk.
Some chick who?
Dora something. Dora England. Yeah, you mentioned the name.
Not Dora Dubois.
Wait, Dora Ingelund? So we weren't even married.
Something like that. Half Vasan.
Vasa is where beautifully and impossibly blonde people come from.
No one is married anymore. This is Revachol.
When was this? Sorry, pardon?
God, I don't know. 6 years ago,
Oh,
she
mit
was
5
way
Jahren.
before my time.
War ich gar nicht so schlecht.
6 years and you haven't gotten over it. What the hell is wrong with you?
Oh, okay. 6 years is not that much. Couldn't have been 6. 3. Let's go with 3. Oh, okay. 6 years is not that much.
Yeah, you're not doing too good there. It's an old man thing, I think. 2 old years equals 1 normal year. That and Dora Engelund really tore you a new one. A big one.
Who was she?
Incredibly bangable.
No, I meant, what did she
She
do?
was incredibly fuckable. A beautiful bourgeois
Du
woman.
bist so ein Arschloch.
Wavyish, like a Welkin, basically.
Das war sie nicht.
Snow Welkin. Blonde Welkin. Heartbreak Welkin.
Danke, Inland Empire, das hilft auch nicht.
I've only seen a picture, but it's obvious you formed a real spiritual connection with how pretty she was. One you never recuperated from.
Look, the sun is about to go down. It's time to go.
I think she taught in the Académie des Arts, east of the river. Way east. Hard to say which came first, the middle-class chick or the drink. Egg and the chicken kind of thing. My point is, you need to see a psychiatrist about this shit. Not a psychologist. Several degrees harder. Is there something harder than a psychiatrist? A forensic psychiatrist? Go talk to that.
In other words, he's heard enough about this.
Okay. Am I a dirty cop working for the police?
No.
Right. No, because the suspect seemed to think. Okay then.
Talks concluded.
Nan, Precinct 41. What kind of station is it?
Us? We're the bloody murder station, haven't you heard? We're the bad guys. No one likes us.
That's not true. Jamrock is too big for one precinct. You are just understaffed, and everyone respects the 41st. You have Captain Price.
Thank you, Lieutenant. You're being kind. It is an understaffed station and the district is too big, which is why we need to...
Get back to it. We left Torsen and McLean to run the Sea Wing. It's not good.
Thorsten and McLean.
Mac the Torso Torsen and Chester McLean. They're not fit to run a wing. Believe me. Things are shaky as it is.
Ich habe keine
They
Ahnung, was sie da
aren't that
geredet hat.
iconic, though, Torsen and McLean.
An iconic duo, I take it.
Yeah, not like us. Two clinically depressed old men. Where's the contrast here? We are garbage.
What the Sea Wing is. And prices.
Ptolemy Price? He's the son of the old Price, one of the founders of the RCM.
He's
Okay.
one of the most highly regarded men in the force. You're lucky.
Somewhere under the curved roof of a former silk factory, shaped like a ladybird with two chimneys, Police Captain Ptolemy Price sits behind a heavy wooden desk. Resident medic Nix Gottlieb pours him coffee. It's silent in the captain's office.
Ja.
They speak of change, the city, the tension on the streets. They speak of the events of April and the blood on the streets in May.
Did we recently shoot up a church by any chance? So I work in the bloody murder station.
So he remembers that. Yes, there may have been a raid on some churches. It wasn't good press.
Shooting up churches never is. I was out of town, to be clear.
Oh, Trent, du bist so ein ekelhafter, schleimiger.
Our enemies were hiding in a church, to the best of our information. That's it. I'm not talking about this anymore. Your security clearance is shit tier right now. You have to wait for it to go up.
He means it. The RCM and its enemies will not be discussed on this coast. Your clearance will not go up while you're within earshot of the Union headquarters.
So I work in the bloody murder station.
Okay, it's not the bloody murder station. It's an old converted silk mill with green desk lamps and a coffee corner. A lot of good people work there, hard, every day.
Jamrock is the largest ghetto in Rivershoal. Faubourg, technically, but it's divided into 11 districts. Jamrock only has us.
Okay.
Press will blow over. Jamrock is lucky to have you, and it's often considered to be the greatest of the districts. You're lucky to have it.
Thank you again, Lieutenant.
Yeah, the Phasmid. I need to tell Nina about this as soon as
Who is
possible.
Lena?
She lives at 1113
Danke,
Road in
Enzyklopädie.
Jamrock, remember?
A cryptozoologist. She lives in Jamrock on Tabernacle Road. She told me about this festival.
Tabernacle? It's on the way over. Near where you live on Perdition.
Oh, sehr gut. Jetzt wissen wir auch, wo wir
Fine.
wohnen.
If we're gonna drop you off anyway.
She and her husband were conducting the search for the Phasimid. It's their discovery, in part. They should know as soon as possible. It would do you good to deliver some positive news for a change.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi, what will you do now?
Well, first I will go back to my station and write the most detailed report anyone has ever seen. It will have to be good to cover all these. Then I will have a serious talk with my captain.
About what?
Detective, we just stopped a small-scale war. Something is happening to Revachol.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what yet, but it's going to be a hard spring for the RCM. We need to get ready, infiltrate, investigate.
Want to do that at Station
Talk to
41?
Captain Price? I'd rather not ruffle the feathers of two captains with my doom-mongering.
No, I meant investigate. Come work in precinct 4.
Work with Price? I'm flattered, but I don't know if I...
Would fit in. And crazy enough. Can take the stress. He doesn't know how to finish the sentence. This truly came as a surprise to him. Not a bad one, but he's at a loss.
Wir wollen ihn.
Flattered. Your Lieutenant Kitsuragi. We would be flattered if you even considered.
I would have to tie things up in GRIH first. But, I mean, whatever is coming, Jamrock will be more central to it than the harbor.
Okay, das heißt, wir haben ihm ein
And
Jobangebot
we
gemacht.
also have a huge caseload, Lieutenant. Piles that we need to get back to. Mountains, even.
Mal.
I do like the sound of that.
He's really considering it.
Wollen wir noch fragen, wer wir sind? Natürlich.
Who are you? You're a gym teacher, Harry.
Ah, ich wusste es.
Well, obviously you're not a gym teacher anymore, but
But before...
Before you were a cop, you were a gym teacher in Coron. It's getting really cold outside. Should we maybe...
That does explain a lot.
Harry, it explains everything. The running around, the jumping, the bicep girth, your inexplicable facial hair.
The collection of fun sportswear I've amassed.
Some of your more old-school wording choices. Your posture, even. The constant stretching.
God, even this giant throwing freak here.
Oh god. Contact
Of
Mike.
course. Contact Mike.
he's been on about Mike again. I hate that guy.
The reprise of the most inspiring basic sporting principle of open competition. 5001 to 1 rank outsider.
Oh, you don't say. Does he also vault an impassable gulf of finance and privilege?
It is getting cold out.
When was this? When was I a gym teacher? You said in Coron I was a gym teacher there?
Yes, you taught gym in Cool. I believe that's the term. Taught gym at a high school. You were a high school gym teacher.
Oh, ich war Lehrer.
The smell of sweat and glue. The worn floorboards. Kourou is just east of Jamrock. It was a short walk every morning to the baseball field or the sports building.
High school. Harry, your goings-on with Kuno, Andre, Insel, the whole thing on the ice. That's why you are so juvie.
His smirk suggests barely contained laughter.
Why did I join the
The
RCM
regular.
then?
You found some chick. She inspired you to fight the big fight. Be more than you are. All that.
You, every morning, walking from Voyager Road to teach gym. She, leaving for the academy with her spring coat on. The air filled with the smell of smoke and raspberries and incredible hope. an ocean full of hope.
Okay. Das war ein Fehler.
I
Ich hätte
knew
das
it.
nicht machen
I
sollen.
knew no normal human being can run like that. He's an honest-to-God gym teacher.
Good.
Fuck it, let's go. Trump brought his motor carriage. It's a 20-minute drive to Jamrock.
The great district hums in the falling rain. A chessboard of wooden houses, 80,000 living souls, fire traps as far as the eye can see. From Main Street to Grand Couronne, from Precinct 41 to Boogie Street, forking into the rain-swept horizon. You close your eyes and hear the dogs bark. A lone woman sits by a factory window, dreaming of meteorite strikes. On Rue de Saint-Jérôme, a square bullet slides into a square-shaped chamber. In Old South, a man without eyelids smiles. Spring has come. It's time.
Danke.
Dawson? Yes. McLean? Yes. Heidelstein? No. Vicmair? Yes. Dubois? Of course. Really? Nick Gottlieb looks up from the list. I hear he's unstable. You say that like it's a bad thing. Captain Potomley Price gestures with a ballpoint pen. It's dim in his office, and the curtains are drawn. Harry's our man. He'll pull through. When he does, he'll side with the people. Understood. Gottlieb returns to the list. Minnow? Of course.
Wonderful. Then can we please just go back to Jamrock now?
Ich glaube, das war's. Ich nehme mal an, dass es das war. Tja, meine Lieben, das war wohl die letzte Folge. Folge 74. Gut, Sie müssen die Tür nicht aufmachen, um einzusteigen. Gut, nicht gut. Klack, klack. Ich bin mir sicher, dass es noch andere Enden gegeben hätte. Hätten sich auch den Fall nicht lösen können. Tja, meine lieben Herrschaften, schauen wir mal, was ich mir als nächstes einfallen lasse für euch. Auf jeden Fall hoffe ich, dass es euch gefallen hat. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Dann, ciao.